my name is Tiffany Reid, and I'm going to be walking you through some of the spring trends that you guys have to look out for. First, I want to talk about the sporty trend. I like to call it Sporty Spice. Athleisure is one of the most significant shifts in fashion over the last few decades, blending athletic wear with everyday fashion. Its rise can be traced back to several factors, including lifestyle, culture, and the way we think about fashion being comfortable. I mean, honestly, people want to be comfortable. They want to look good, but you always want to feel good in what you're wearing. I'm going to give you guys a little history lesson here. We're going to go through how we got to athleisure being such a phenomenon on the runway and everyone being able to adopt it, young and old. We're gonna start with the 80s. It's really in the 80s when it boomed, and then I attribute it to this aerobics craze. Do you think of Jamie Lee Curtis and Perfect? Basically, celebrities made it approachable. And also, I'm always gonna talk about how hip hop started in the 80s and really made this blow up as a phenomenon. You cannot talk about streetwear without talking about Run DMC and how the Adidas tracksuits really set the mark. The Kango hats, the gold chains, all of that is what started in the 80s to really start to make this trend approachable for people to wear. 90s was all about logo mania and wearing the designers and showing it off. Hip hop was a huge influence on showing the next person how much better dressed you are than they are. So in the 90s, there's a huge shift of how people view fashion, especially people adopting this casual look, which people were used to getting dressed up and going to work and wearing business suits. And so this was a little bit of a separation from that. People really were merging the popularity of oversized sweatshirts, baggy pants, logo-driven sportswear like Nike, Adidas, Reebok. I think logo mania really started in the 90s, and we see where we're at right now. But one notable designer that quickly adopted to this was Tommy Hilfiger. Really had this cultural relevance, especially in that 1997 collection. And hip hop, again, hip hop started this and people adapted it and took onto it. And it really became mainstream. If you look at Princess Diana, she's wearing more athleisure wear, and I attribute that to people like Aaliyah, even the boy bands like Jodeci, they were doing it. Wu-Tang, I mean, that was a vibe. I mean, think of Vibe magazine. That's where you saw the streetwear, and that's where you see it come to life. Then we get into the early 2000s, 2010s. It's all about high fashion, collaborating with these athletic brands, and really these viral moments. Before viral moments were viral moments, they were. You cannot talk about this without Supreme. Supreme culture is exactly what it is. It's drop culture, standing online, you want to get the piece. This really started in the early aughts and the 2010s. We refer to this as sort of the golden age for performance-based brands because you had these phenomenons like Lululemon, Athleta, Fabletics, and they just saw a major spike in sales. And then you're seeing the luxury world really lean into this and start doing collaborations like Stella McCarthy, Yohji Yamamoto, and dare I say, Kanye's Yeezy line. I mean, regardless of what you think of him now, it was a moment then. So along with that, it was the rise of fitness trackers, smartwatches. So just really think about how all of these pieces and these things that you use to truly work out became sort of a staple in your wardrobe. Fitness fashion just wasn't for the gym anymore. It became a reflection of an overall active lifestyle. When you think about Lululemon and Nike, not everybody can get down with it, but honestly, people love it. And still to this day, it's a booming business. And high-end designers really leaned into it. Also, Alexander Wang, another one, regardless of what you think of it now, was a moment then. And then we started to see really big fashion houses like Virgil and Off-White and certain brands like Burberry leaning into the seamlessly blending athletic elements into high fashion, really proving that athleisure has a place in the most prestigious runways. Now, the 2020s, when COVID hit. So in the 2020s, the COVID pandemic really played a huge part in solidifying athleisure into mainstream. People were at home, they wanted to be comfortable. Being comfortable in your clothing was a necessity and you couldn't get around it. Athleisure went from beyond the gym to making it your everyday uniform. I mean, the thing about people on Zoom meetings with their sweatpants and whatever business on top, party, pajamas at the bottom, people lived by it. And when you move into the 2020s, you have to talk about the mix of high-low. Wearing your athleisure with your diamonds, dressing it up and dressing it down a little bit. And then celebrities like Hailey Bieber and Rihanna were out with their joggers. All the it girls were doing it, their bike shorts, windbreakers, but then they were styling them with heels, styling them with diamonds, making it feel really expensive, mixing the high and the low. So the juxtaposition between sportswear and formal accessories signaled to the public that it was the new It Girl uniform. No getting around it. And then Beyonce's Ivy Park collection to Rihanna's Fenty Puma collab, it's obvious that luxury is invested into athletic wear. The spring-summer 2025 season had so much athleisure on the runway, designers were doing it everywhere. It took things to a whole new level of wearability and surpassed it just being about leggings and hoodies. It was about craftsmanship and tailoring and storytelling. Designers are really merging functionality of sportswear with avant-garde, and it seems a little bit unapproachable, but I promise you, anybody can pull it off. I'm going to show you how. These looks are really the ones that best represent how you can take this athleisure trend and make it your own and really be able to wear it. It's not that intimidating. So let's take a closer look into how these luxury brands interpreted this trend this season. First, I want to talk about the Aava show. This designer is known for their playful and satirical approach to fashion, often embracing exaggerated elements that some designers shy away from, but they really have fun with it. This look is one of my favorites, the Adidas red tracksuit. It's an interpretation of a classic piece when you think of athleisure and a direct reference to Run DMC. I mean, again, you cannot talk about how athleisure has influenced fashion without talking about hip hop. And also it's a nod to Y2K resurgence that we're seeing. I mean, it's vintage now, right? That's what we're seeing on TikTok. That's what the girlies are doing. So you have to lean into it if you're a designer. I mean, think back to Juicy Couture, Baby Fat. I mean, who had a Baby Fat tracksuit? Juicy Couture, I did. I remember my big Juicy Couture bag that I had in college. Anyway, I was fully committed to that trend, and I am now the same way Aava is. The models are sprinting down the runway, they're in their tracksuits, and they're showing you can break a sweat while having fun with fashion. Next, Mimu. I mean, Mimu's vision for athleisure stays true to the brand's DMA. Miu Prada really takes a refined, preppy twist to what we see as athleisure. I mean, Mimu's one of my favorites. They have a cult following and all the it girls are wearing it. They're always on the runway, taking it from the runway and wearing it in everyday real life. Now, at first glance, it's a windbreaker, a maxi skirt, and leg warmers. And it's all designed to sort of mimic the school uniform. But then when you look at it a little bit closer, you see that it's a tank top, a tube top, a sweater. There's more to this look. And again, breaking it down and really figuring out which piece you can wear. You're not gonna wear the whole outfit. I mean, I know, it's pretty obvious, and I'm not telling you to do it. But definitely get the windbreaker, try a windbreaker, see what you have that's already in your wardrobe that you're comfortable wearing it, and really leaning into the versatility of the look. It's really making it about a transitional outfit, something you can wear to the spa, on the run, and something you can wear in a corporate meeting. I know a windbreaker at a corporate meeting seems scary, but you can do it. So if I'm going to talk about athleisure on the runways for spring, I have to talk about Attico. I mean, it is the most literal, perfect example of how this collaboration between high-end luxury and athleisure come together. They partner with Nike, duh. This look is like really leaning to a traditional garments of athletic wear, the track pant, the windbreaker, and then pairing it with like a little bralette to make it sexy. Attico's known for their sexy, effortless, cool vibe, and they're really doing a good job of taking that vibe and leaning into the athleisure wear. The parachute style pants are reminiscent of the 90s. Hip hop fashion like we talked about. So 90s fashion and hip hop is coming back alive on the runway again, like we saw with the 80s Adidas tracksuit. Which is why I wanted to give you guys a little history lesson so we know why these designers are doing it. They're going back and they're studying their references, but they're making it modern, right? The girls want to be a little bit sexy now. Instagram, TikTok, gotta show a little bit of skin. So that's what you're doing. You're pairing it with a bra. There's someone who's a little bit more modest like me. I'd probably take that track pant and wear it with a crisp white button up. And that's how you can wear it to the office and make it feel cool and make it feel modern. But again, these designers are really trying to figure out how to take something that's been a tried and true trend and make it new. Next, we're gonna talk about how athleisure can also feel a little bit Americana. Tory Burch took a more minimalistic approach this season by showcasing elevated basics. The look encapsulates a very Americana vibe as it presents itself with no frills, no fuss. It's just a sleek bodysuit, very tight to your body, baggy sheer track pants, and those pieces are worn every day. It's super approachable. I mean, a bodysuit, a track pant, I call these wardrobe staples. And I know that the white tracksuit might seem a little bit intimidating, but again, wearing it with something as super clean as this bodysuit is a great way to do it. I mean, quiet luxury is this ongoing trend, and this look really embodies it. We all know about the quiet luxury moment. It's not being too flashy, it's not about prints, it's not about logos. This is the opposite of logo mania. It's super clean, quiet luxury, where we all know is having a vibe right now. People are staying away from, some people, because I still like a logo here and there, but some people want more cleaner looks, and this is a way that athleisure is leaning into that. So you have two ends of the spectrum. You can lean into the logos, you can lean into the Nike, or you could do something super clean and refined and feel a little bit fresh and polished. And I think you throw a little blazer on this look, and again, corporate. You can wear this on the go, or you can wear this to the office. So for our last runway look that I'm obsessed with, and I'm gonna tell you now, I'm not saying don't wear pants, okay? Some people are doing it, but I don't recommend it. Willy Chvaria's look embodies power dressing in athleisure. Yes, power dressing. The shoulders, the no pants, it's making a statement. The look features a sports jacket with a brief. A bold statement, I know, but it gives us an example of how the edginess really balances a typical relaxed silhouette, which is typically a looser fit tracksuit. It makes a rather bold statement on sportswear by being more than just an athletic piece of clothing. It's really making a statement by the jacket. The jacket is enough for you to just throw this on and people know why you're wearing it, who the designer is. Easy, effortless, and cool. This is my version of it. I love this Wales Bonner dress, which is a Black designer, which I love to support. But this dress really shows you the balance between the sportswear and how to make it feel feminine, right? It's for every day, every woman to wear. So what I love about this is the stripes, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I'm not a Steelers fan, but I have to acknowledge it. But the stripes really leans into the sportiness of it. It even has this tie up at the top that has a little nod to football, has a nod to a jersey, but then it's in this nice, really sweet feminine silhouette. I mean, it's an A-line skirt. I have it on with the pump. It can't get any more lady than this. Now, if you wanted to lean into something that feels a little bit more cool and think about street style, I mean, this is something that I would wear to Fashion Week. What I love about this is that it's this jersey. I mean, Supreme, like I said before, is really one of the game changers when it comes to leaning into the cult, like the pop culture of athleisure being something that people who love fashion want to wear. So the Supreme jersey and pairing it down with a skirt. I know this skirt doesn't really seem like it's pairing it down, but it is a pencil skirt in its simplest form, but it really feels also sporty because of the nylon aspect of it. So not being so obvious and everything being like a track jacket, it's like new interpretation of what that means. The cargo, the nylon detail really makes us feel special. And so I wanted to just walk through a few key pieces that really had moments in terms of athleisure. This Loube dress, all the it girls had it. It really was a moment. And I mean, talk about like making something like athleisure feel really different. It's playing with the silhouettes. So it's a polo top. And if you want to be really bold, you can wear it without any pants. I've never done that before. If not, you can wear it with just like a wide leg pant. It's super easy to style it, and it's something that's so versatile. Even though it's really clear what season this came from, it's still something in your closet that you can still reimagine in so many different ways. And we obviously have to talk about the Stella McCartney Adidas. Like I mentioned before, it was a moment, another example of how the history of athleisure and fashion and how it started in the early 2000s and now even still is having a big moment. This is something I would wear with a jacket, a blazer, like the track pant and a heel. Track pants and heels, I mean, Rihanna with the sweatpants, she coined that. It's not going away. It's a simple wardrobe like ABC, track pant, heels, sweatshirt, track pant, heels, blazer. There's so many different ways you can use these pants. And then lastly, I want to talk about this Bottega top. This is an example of how luxury, I mean, it's Bottega. It's all the women who wear Bottega are chic, refined, like those are ladies who lunch. But it's a polo top, right? So it's even reaching that market as well. And again, this is something that, yes, it's a bold color, but I like the colors. It really feels bright and sporty, and there's so many things you can wear it with. I mean, a white track pant, a white cargo pant, white pencil skirt. Like there's so many things that you can wear this with, and it's a good layering piece. So even putting a crisp white button up underneath. It could be the business girl, it could be the playful sporty girl with the mini skirt, tennis skirt, or it could just be the cool and casual girl with a sneaker. I mean, we haven't even talked about sneakers, but sneakers are a simple way to pull off this trend. The most important thing is to have fun. So I hope you enjoyed Sporty Spice. Bye.